Have you ever wondered if you're doing something that quietly pushes people away, but no one dares to tell you? As we get older, we settle into certain habits. Some are comforting, even wise. But others, well, they start to chip away at how people experience us. I've seen this happen again and again in my 30 years working with older adults. Good, kind-hearted people unknowingly creating distance with the ones they love most. So in this video, we're going to gently uncover 10 habits that might be hurting your relationships, not to shame you, but to help you reconnect with dignity, grace, and deeper warmth than ever before. Let's begin. 1. Neglecting personal hygiene. It starts small. Wearing the same t-shirt 3 days in a row, not brushing your hair because, well, you're not going anywhere, letting your nails grow a little too long, or a faint odor you've gone nose blind to. But here's what people won't say out loud. When you stop caring for yourself, others start to care a little less too. Not because they don't love you, but because they quietly interpret it as you've given up. I had a patient, a sweet man in his late 70s, who told me his grandkids stopped hugging him. Not out of meanness, but because, as they told their mom, Grandpa smells like the garage. Simple fix. Shower every other day. Change clothes daily. And remind yourself, hygiene isn't vanity. It's self-respect in action. 2. Speaking without a filter. We've all heard it. I've earned the right to say whatever I want. And yes, age brings freedom. But there's a difference between honesty and harshness. Saying things like, "Wow, you've gained weight," or "That haircut doesn't suit you," might feel like truth to you, but to others, especially kids or younger relatives, it can feel like judgment and rejection. They won't tell you. They'll just stop coming around as often. Instead, take a breath before speaking. Ask yourself, is it kind? Is it helpful? Because truth with compassion connects. But truth without it, that just creates walls. 3. Interrupting or dominating conversations. You've lived through decades, so naturally, you've got stories, lessons, and advice to share. But here's the danger. If every conversation turns into your story, people, especially the younger ones, stop opening up. You might not even realize it. You start talking about your war years when someone's sharing their breakup. Or you cut in with, "Well, back in my day," before they even finish. They don't argue. They just go quiet. Practice this instead. Ask more questions than you answer. Let silence hang for a second before jumping in. And if someone tells you something personal, listen fully. Then say, "That sounds tough. Want to talk more about it?" That's what builds connection. 4. Wearing clothes that don't fit anymore. You might think, who cares what I wear? But truth is, people do notice. Not the brands, but the message your outfit sends. Wearing baggy pants that slip, faded shirts from 1998, or shoes with worn-out soles. It can make people think you stopped caring about how you show up in the world. And when others sense that, they often reflect it back to you with less engagement, less warmth. Try this. Update just 1 or 2 things. A well-fitting shirt, supportive shoes, a clean, pressed look that says, "I may be older, but I still take pride in myself." It's not about impressing anyone. It's about signaling self-worth. 5. Making jokes that don't age well. You might think your jokes are harmless. You've been saying them for years. But today's world is different. A joke that pokes fun at race, gender, weight, or young people's sensitivity might quietly hurt, even if no one says so. Your granddaughter laughs politely, but then starts visiting less often. Your neighbor smiles, but avoids deeper conversations. It's not about being politically correct, it's about being thoughtful. So, here's a tip. Use humor that lifts, not pokes. And best of all, laugh at yourself. Nothing connects generations like a humble, self-aware chuckle. 6. Complaining about kids these days. It starts small. You see a teenager on TikTok and think, back in my day, we used books. You hear about a coworker working from home and think they have no idea what real work is. Before long, every conversation turns into a subtle criticism of the younger generation. Here's the risk. Your grandkids start to feel judged. Your adult children feel unheard. And slowly, they stop telling you about their lives. Instead, try curiosity. Ask them how the world feels from their perspective. Even if you don't agree, just listening creates trust. You don't have to love the trends, but when people feel respected by you, they'll want to be around you more. 7. Oversharing medical problems. Aches, pills, blood pressure numbers, they're part of aging, no doubt. But when every chat with your friend or daughter turns into a health update, it can become draining. I knew a woman who would start every lunch date with a full medical report. By dessert, her friends looked exhausted. Balance is key. Share your struggles, yes, but don't let them be the centerpiece. Ask others how they're doing. Tell a light story. Bring some sunshine too. People want to connect with the person behind the pain, not just the pain itself. 8. Pretending you're always right. You've lived through recessions, wars, cultural shifts. You've earned your wisdom. But here's the thing. When your go-to response is, "Trust me, I know better," people stop talking to you. Especially younger folks. They won't argue. They'll just stop sharing their thoughts. And that's a huge loss, because when you trade curiosity for certainty, you lose the chance to grow. Try this. Say, "That's interesting. Tell me more." Even if you disagree, listen with warmth, because real wisdom listens first and then speaks. 9. Walking or moving without awareness of space. You're walking slower these days. That's normal. But what isn't? Blocking the grocery aisle with your cart while chatting. Stopping mid-walk in a busy hallway. Standing too close in line at the pharmacy. You may not notice, but others feel uncomfortable. They won't tell you, they'll just avoid the situation next time. A simple fix? Just look around. Notice how people flow. Step aside if needed. It shows presence and respect for other space. Small awareness goes a long way. 10. Being stubborn about outdated beliefs. You might say, "I don't care what science says, I know what's right." But that rigidity can shut people down. Whether it's about mental health, gender, work culture, the world has changed. And when you refuse to even hear new ideas, it creates a quiet barrier. You don't have to agree, just be willing to listen. That act alone of listening with openness builds bridges across generations. It tells your children and grandchildren, "You matter to me, even if we see the world differently." That's powerful and rare. So here's the heart of it. These habits aren't about being good or bad. They're blind spots. Little things that slowly drift into place and start affecting how others experience you. But here's the good news. Every one of them is fixable. Start with one, adjust it with love, and watch how the world responds differently, with more warmth, more closeness, and more respect. You're not too old to change. In fact, that openness might be the most inspiring thing about you. If this video resonated with you, consider giving it a like. It helps more people discover insights like these. And If you'd like more heartfelt reflections on aging with strength and grace, tap that subscribe button and hit the bell so you never miss a future video. This is Dr. Carter, thanking you for your time and reminding you it's never too late to grow, connect, and be the kind of elder people are drawn to, not just out of duty, but out of genuine love. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.